Hi, and welcome to a new video to the eSOL purchasing system. In this video, we will be discussing the purchasing order cycle for the year group requester. The year group requester is the teacher for a certain year group, like for example year 3, year 4, secondary teacher like for year 5, depending on whatever kind of year group related requests and year group related purchasing order. In this video we'll explore how this user makes the order and how the processing cycle for the order goes from the actual teacher and the year group leader or the year group teacher until the end cycle of the final approval. Let us begin. In order to start the order, we are logged in already as the year group requester. We will go to the purchasing order and purchasing request, and you will see the standard window for this purchasing order list, including show the active order or the cancel order or all order depending on the status of the order, the default search bar, the grid showing the amount of order, as well as the amount of entries to be shown in the order. In order to process the order, we need to click on new request. Once we click on new request, we are faced with the window of the order that has no purchase order number because it will be dynamically generated by the system. The system identifies by default the current status of the user. For example, I am a year group teacher for IB1 in the secondary school, and I'm not related to any department. If I am related to any department, I can choose a department which will make me go to that certain department according to the workflow cycle of the order. All of the items, of course, are editable because, let's say, for example, I'm a year group leader for IB1 and IB2, and in this order, I'm making orders for IB1, but the next group, I'll be making the orders for IB2. I can alter that at my will. We will choose the vendor, which is, as we always have in the eSOL purchasing system, is completely searchable. Let's say, for example, 18, Language and University Pass, and then I choose by Australian dollar, for example, and this will show me the amount of vendor. As you can see below, there are three buttons: save, save and exit, or back. If we click on back or save, it will save us the order and it will keep the order. So let's click on save. Save. Once we click on that, you will see that there are two buttons additional showing on the system: save, send to head of year, or cancel the order. Canceling the order is fairly simple. Once you click on cancel the order will be deleted and the order generated number will be revoked, and accordingly the order will not go to anywhere and it will not reflect anywhere within the system. But if we click on send to head of year, it will go to the next cycle or the next step of the purchasing order, and accordingly for request, for acceptance or rejection depending on the level of the order. As well as we can see, there is another tab showing called order details. This order details tab takes the details from the vendor, which shows the vendor name, their email, their phone, their fax number, and accordingly it gives us the details for the actual vendor. Accordingly, we can choose the item by clicking the ISBN, and as we can see, once we input the ISBN, a pop-up shows to state if this is, like for example, an inventory, to state us if this item is within inventory for ISBN for books or not available. It will give us a quick tip because if we do have it in stock, we can order less or can alter our decision in the order. Of course, once we click on that, let's go to the first item. Let's try to make the item types as books, and we'll say it's by each. This here we can put the quantity, the unit price for each item. Let's say, for example, 40 Australian dollars. And accordingly, it will show us next to it the equivalence in the US dollars, which is the default currency of the order. Once we have that, we click on Save Detail. A pop-up grid will show down, showing us the exact same entries that we have made here, and will clear the top page for the order. Of course, we can edit that by clicking on Edit, and it will direct us automatically to the top page, and it will populate all the fields, same as with the values. As well as we can export those items to an Excel if we want to verify them before we save, or we can delete that item from entries according to the vendor, and we can remove it from our purchase order request. If we click on save and exit, it will put us outside to the actual order, and as you can see, the grid has been populated with the order details that we have created, with a color indicator for the status of the order showing that it's currently in the draft stage. Once we finish that, it will show to us that the order is going to be processed. How is going to be shown? Once we click on Send to Head of Year, it will ask us, are you accepting to send to the head of year? Once we do that and we click OK, the order status itself is being processed right now and will change to go from draft to send to head of year with another color-coded indicator. In that moment, as you can see, two emails are showing. The requester and the receiver are getting email for giving us status update for the actual order. The order number is showing and has been sent for final approval, and then the head of year to get approval, as well as the receiver. Once we do that, we can go to the head of year, and here we go, click on purchase order. The order can be edited, and accordingly it will show us the same order with the order details. If we want to edit or add items or delete, let's say for example we want to add another one, and we'll call it second item, and it's books, and it's gonna be with box, and we're gonna be having 50 with 20 automatically calculated, and we click on save details. Once we do that, we can send to the next following step, which is the deputy head. Once we click on send to deputy head, we will click OK. Once the order has been processed and sent to the approval, it gives a color indicator code again. And if we check on the order itself, right now we cannot edit anything because it's been sent to approval. Once the order status has been changed to be returned or rejected, we can have a look on it. But once it's sent for approval, it cannot be edited from that step. So let's go to the next step from the deputy head, and the order will show right here. As we can see, the order is with us right now with the deputy head, and it has access to edit the order or delete or do whatever needed on the actual order itself, and to be sent to the principal. And once we have a look on the principal right now, the order is still showing to be sent to the deputy head, but the principal has access to edit the order. Since we have the order open by the deputy head, if we click on edit, it will tell us that the order has been locked by review by the deputy head. But if we click on map and the principal now click on here, if we choose edit, it will tell us that it's been locked by the principal or the name of the principal in the organization. Because as we mentioned before, and now we're mentioning again, no new users with editing privileges can access the order at the same time to avoid any conflict. So, and it's fairly simple in the order. Once the order has been reviewed, it's to be sent to the principal again. Are you sent for approval? Yes. Once I do and send it to the principal, the order itself color-coded will be changed again to indicate that it's been sent to the principal, and accordingly, the principal can have a look and edit. And throughout all the cycle, the sender and the receiver, like the deputy head, as well as the principal getting, the principal is getting, as well as the principal again. So as you can see, the deputy head here is stating that your order has been sent for approval, and from the principal itself, he gets informed that the order has been requested for approval or denied. Once the order is here and it's been processed, if we can, for example, want to edit that item, we can edit. Let's not make it 50, let's make it 20, and click on save. Once it's done, the order has been altered and can be sent to the director. Once we click on send to the director, the order cannot be accessed by any of the previous steps and can only be accessed by the director, which we can have a look right now. And now we logged in as director, we can click on the order and send it for final approval after review or editing, or even like for example deleting such item. It can be editable, but no other user can access it. Like for example previously, since it has been sent to the director, I'm at the principal right now, it's locked for editing. If I get out of the order, I try to go inside as the director. I cannot edit the order or view it until the order has been released, but in addition, I can only view it because I've set it for approval. Once I have that order with the director, and I can click on approve for final approval, this is the final step to go from to the eSol administrator and to the vendor immediately. So to recap, once we do that, we click OK, the order has been color-coded again. It will change and it will show to all users that has been sent to final approval, as you can see. Once the order has been sent to final approval, even the director cannot edit the order anymore. But as we mentioned before, if the order is open for editing or viewing by a certain 2 members or 2 users with editing privileges, only one can access and the other cannot, and it will indicate who is using the order to avoid any conflict in the order. Until the next video, hope you stay safe.